Hi Gerry.
Hi Jen. How are you today?
Great. I've been using the techniques for reading that I learned at the Neuro-Linguistic Learning Center. It's awesome. I read so much faster and I remember everything I read.
Jen, that's great. You look a lot more relaxed than you did just a few weeks ago.
It's funny. I almost don't think about being dyslexic anymore. I do have a question. If you have a minute.
Sure.
Well, my reading is going great. And I remember what I read. But I'm just having a little struggle in science. It's remembering all those strange terms and vocabulary words.
I understand. Technical reading is very different from reading a novel for several reasons. 1. It's choppy reading, very discontinuous, it doesn't flow like a novel. And 2. Technical or scientific reading is very abstract. Novels, by comparison, are very sensory descriptive visually, auditorily, even olfactory and gustatory.
Yes. I don't really get the pictures like I do when I read a novel. So, what can I do? Is there an NLC or a tutoring place trick to help me with science?
Absolutely. Again, your struggle is quite common, especially among dyslexics. The first thing we need to remember is that most technical reading is, for the most part, a series of facts that have been strung together. They might even read like they're together, but they're really not. So the first trick is to separate the facts into groups or chunks. We call it chunking down. That makes them much easier to digest. I mean, remember.
So how do I do that?
Funny you should ask. Have you ever noticed how most textbooks have the important words and phrases bold or highlighted?
Yes, most of them.
That's right. This is a real help to folks like us. When you get to college, you'll have to figure out what words to highlight yourself. But for now, they're giving them to you. Now here's how to use those bold and highlighted words. Write them down. You heard correctly. Write down those key words that are bold and highlighted. Write them down on a sheet of paper with about 4 spaces or lines between each word. I usually make 2 columns on the paper. That's enough space for each key word or concept.
But what about all the information? The meanings and definitions? The teachers tell us over and over to take good notes, long notes. Pages and pages of notes. On everything.
Nonsense. Those techniques simply don't work for dyslexics. Jen, have you ever, in all your years, ever gone back and read any of those notes?
No. I tried, because they told me to. I tried, but it took forever and didn't really help.
Exactly. Rereading information that we ourselves have written or rewritten is time-consuming and rarely if ever helpful. Jen, if rereading it was helpful, you could just reread the book. It would be faster and take less time and energy. No. We want to save our time and energy, and our sanity.
I like that. So I'm just writing the important words and phrases, the keywords that are bold and highlighted? And I'm writing them down before I read the chapter?
Yes. Exactly. Now, you do want to leave those 4 spaces because when you do read the book, you will likely have a few bullet points to add for each keyword. But that's it. Just 2 or 3 bullet points for each keyword. And I want you to take each keyword and visualize the meaning or definition. Make an internal picture using your imagination. And just like with your reading, the picture is what you remember. And if the picture is abstract, like some chemical process, imagine it using pictures of something real to you.
Gerry, thank you again. This is great. Write down the keywords and bullet points, visualize the meaning. Make it real to me and then review it for the test. Thank you so much.
You've got it. Just like the visual reading strategies you learned at the Neuro-Linguistic Learning Center. Use that wholesome visual dyslexic memory. Now go tackle that science.